Let's talk about lines. Now, before I start teaching about lines, I just want to say that this is a very short introduction to lines. There's so much content to cover, and I just can't do it in such a short video. So, all I'm trying to say is that this isn't a full guide to lines. It's just an introduction. So make sure, after watching this video, you go do your own research. Now, the first thing that you're going to need to know about lines is the slope-intercept form. The slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. There's so many other equations for lines, but this is probably the most common one that you're going to need. Now, what does this even mean? So the y represents the y-axis, the m represents slope, x represents the x-axis, and b represents the y-intercept. If you don't understand what all this means, don't worry. So, all of this relates to the graph, the Cartesian coordinate graph. So, to be able to plot an equation of a line, you're going to need all of these things. So, let's say we have y equals 2x plus 2. This isn't a very complicated line to draw. So, the y-intercept is where the line intercepts the y-axis. So, if it's 2, it'll intercept the y-axis at 2. So, the y-intercept is right here. Then the slope is 2. That means that we're going to go up 2 for every one that we go to the right. So we're going to go up 2 and right 1. So we're going to end up right here. And then we need to draw a straight line through these two things. Obviously that's not a straight line, but we'll just say that it is. And that's basically it. Now that's just how you graph a line. There's other things I can do with it. You can find parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Let's talk about parallel lines first. So let's look at the same thing that we had right now. So y is equal to 2x plus 2. Now, parallel lines have the same slope. That's why they never intersect. So a parallel line will also have a slope of 2. So if we're drawing the parallel line, it'll be y equals 2x plus b. The thing that's different is the y-intercept, the b. In an actual problem, you're probably going to be given more information to be able to actually find the equation of a parallel line. So again, just remember that the slope of a parallel line is always equal to the slope of the line that you have. Next, we have to talk about perpendicular lines. This is slightly more complicated. So let's again say that we have this. Y is equal to 2x plus 2. A perpendicular line will intersect a line at 90-degree angles. So, like that. And the slope will be the negative reciprocal. So, if we had to draw the perpendicular line, it would be y equals negative 1/2 x plus b. Now, this is also something you're going to have to memorize, that it's always going to be the negative reciprocal. And that's basically all you need to know about lines. With this, you can solve many, many different problems. So let's say we have a problem that goes something like this. We have the line y equals 3x plus 5. And we want to find the line perpendicular to this line. And we know that the perpendicular line intersects this at x is equal to 3. Just to get an idea of what we're talking about, I'm going to draw a graph. So the y-intercept will be 5. Let's just roughly say that this is 5. And we know that the slope is going to be 3. So we have to go up 3 and to the right 1. So right 1 and up 3. So right about there. And we know that the graph looks something like this. And let's say 3 is right there. So it's right about there. And we have a perpendicular line that looks something like this. And we're asked to find the equation of the yellow line. So, we know that it intersects at x equals 3. So we can find what the y is. The y will be, all we have to do is plug in the x. So the y will be 3 times 3 plus 5. This is 9 plus 5, which is 14. So the two lines intersect at 3, 14. And we can find what the slope of the perpendicular line is. It's the negative reciprocal. So the equation of the perpendicular line will be y is equal to negative 1/3 x plus b. And we know that this is a point on the perpendicular line. So we can plug this into the equation. So y, which is 14, is equal to negative 1/3 times 3 plus b. So 14 is equal to negative 1 plus b. So b must be 15. So the equation of the perpendicular line will be negative 1/3 x plus 15. And that's our final answer. Now, lines can be a little bit complicated, so this requires a lot of practice. I've linked a practice worksheet and its answers in the comment section, so make sure to check those out.